Struggling to pray? Welcome to Seeking God with Leah Klein, Health and Wholeness Coach. And our verse for today is Ephesians 6:18a. And we've been going through Ephesians 6 and the parts of our armor for about the last 2 months. So if you haven't watched all the videos, I encourage you to go back and rewatch or watch earlier ones that you may have missed. Our part of the verse here is praying at all times in the Spirit with all prayer and supplication. Sorry, noisy dog. And with all prayer and supplication. So I want to go back to the question I asked you. If you're struggling to pray, and we all do at times, it's a skill. It's something we get better at with practice. It takes doing it and like reading other prayers to help us, encourage us, and know better what to say. Best way of looking at this is like, look at the Psalms. Most of the Psalms, while designed to be sung, are actually designed to be a prayer. And so think like of Psalm 139. That all of that could be a prayer, but specifically like verses 23 and 24. And of course it's escaping me at the moment, but I do know it. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the path everlasting. I learned that in NASB so years ago, but we ask God to examine our hearts. That's part of prayer. We ask God to help us. That's part of prayer. But we want to make sure, and it's a downfall of my own as well, that I don't always remember to do this, that I don't always, I want to go straight to the prayer request, but reality is we want to do like Jesus taught us to do, and that's start with glorifying and praising God and being thankful for what we have. That changes our mindset and helps us to realize what we already have. And then from that place, then we make our supplication, we make our requests known to God. Now, reality is we're continuing the armor of God. It may not be a physical piece of that armor that we've been talking about, but it is still very much part of the armor, is to pray. Pray at all times in the Spirit for everything. Reality is that prayer is our way of talking to God. And in order to deepen and grow that relationship, we have to be communicating with Him. Now, mind you, what that means is you do need to shut up sometimes. God wants to speak also. And if you're talking the entire time, He may not be able to get a word in edgewise. So part of the process of praying is to speak to God, but also to be quiet and just listen to Him. Now, I want to encourage you, ask God to help you pray more. And if you're having trouble feeling His presence, let me show you why that may be happening and how to connect more deeply with Him with my free ebook, Seeking God. And it's at Health Turnaround Coaching /Seeking-God. And I encourage you to check that out. That will give you tools to deepen your relationship with God and how to do a retreat one-on-one time with God. Now, however, if you've already gotten the book, you know how to do this, but you haven't actually done it, reach out to me and I'll help you get it on your calendar to where it actually happens. And to wrap us up today, I want to do Be Thou My Vision. And I discovered a middle verse to this that actually talks about the armor of God. It's not a verse that we hear as often. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. Be thou my wisdom and thou my true word, I ever with thee and thou with me, Lord. Thou my great Father and I thy true Son, thou in me dwelling and I with thee one. Be thou my battle shield and sword for my fight. Be thou my dignity, thou my delight. Thou my soul shelter and thy my high tower. Raise thou me heavenward, O power of my power. Riches I heed not, nor man's empty praise. Thou mine inheritance now and always. Thou and thou only first in my heart. High King of heaven, my treasure thou art. High King of heaven, my victory won. May I reach heaven's joys, O bright heaven's sun. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of all. And I will see you next week with another verse.